Camp COVID fun in the pandemic. Camp COVID fun, no corona. Log on to. I'm delighted. I see that fun's on the horizon. And you're invited. And my excitement's only rising. Camp COVID fun in the pandemic. Camp COVID fun, no corona. Log on to.
Hi, everyone. Hi. For all here, I would like to, on this 24th day of June, 2020, call this meeting to order. Would anyone like to second that motion?
I would like to second that motion to call the meeting to order.
Great. All in favor? Okay, great. We have lots to do today. I think before we get started, though, we have a new pal joining us. And so perhaps we want to just take a quick, just a little attendance would be good. So if you're here, just say hi, and then tell us your favorite thing about camp last summer. How about that? Okay, your name, say hi, and your favorite thing about camp last summer. Okay, so Jessie.
Hi, I'm Jessie, and my favorite thing about camp last summer was probably getting paid.
Thanks, Jessie. Thanks. Okay, Stuart.
Hello, I'm Stuart, and golly, my favorite thing about camp. Is it bad if I say everything?
Yeah. No, that's fine. A little non-specific, but we'll take it. Beth.
Hi, my name is Beth. My favorite thing about camp is learning all of the important leadership opportunities that are going to help us propel ourselves into the greater aspect of the world.
Hi, Beth. Okay, and then our fun new friend joining us this summer is Kyle. Kyle?
Hi. Yeah, so I've never done camp before, but I was heard from a relative that it was a really fun thing to do, and I am just eager to check how it is. I've never done it before, though.
You're right about that, Kyle. Camp is a fun thing to do. Hi, and I'm Teddy. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that my favorite thing about camp is everything, but as it is an absolutely kind of and non-specific answer, I will say that my favorite thing about camp is the 5 a.m. wake-up calls, and then the days that follow, and then the nights, and then the morning again, and then the day, and then the night. Okay, good. Well, we're all here, which is great. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we get going. I just want to maybe implement a bit of a process so that when we are having our discussions and our conversations, people are having their voices heard. So if everyone could just give me a little quiet coyote. Okay, just one of these guys. Hi. Yeah, let's give it a try. Let's all, there you go. Okay, so just a hi. And then we'll know, that you're ready to share. So that's good. So, okay, quiet coyote. Okay, so I'd like to really start with some good news. You all have jobs this year. Everyone has a job this summer.
Yay!
Camp is happening. Yep.
I thought with the whole COVID thing, we wouldn't have to go to camp.
Wouldn't have to go to camp. Right. So camp this year is online. Online camp. Online camp online. Stuart?
Yay.
Yeah. Yay, indeed. Stuart?
Like the zip line that we have at the cabin?
No, Stuart, unfortunately, we, at this present moment, will not be able to access the zip line, but we are going to have a bit of a think tank, and that's a really nice segue into our next item on the agenda. How the heck are we going to do camp online? Big question mark, lots of questions. Any other questions?
I would just like
Yes,
to touch base on that. I would just like to touch base on that comment as well. I think it's important that we take in safety factors into what we're doing in our spaces. And to create a zip line could create could create a lot of potential safety hazards, including not having proper equipment, not having safety guidelines or spotters, and making sure that everyone has adequate training to make sure that they don't harm themselves or others in the future.
Yeah, I think you really hit the nail on the head there, Beth, because we are living in a time. We are living in a tough time. It's a challenging time, which is why, and I'll get to you in a second there, Stuart, we have decided to name this year's camp Camp COVID. Bam. Yeah, you like that?
Wow.
Thanks.
Nice.
Stuart, you had a question?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we can't do zip lines, can I still do a fire?
Yes, Stuart, that's a great question. A great question. And I think this really brings us onto the topic of what are we going to do for camp? How do we do camp online? I got to tell you, I'm a little stressed. All right. I'm a little worried. I'm a little concerned. I got a few ideas, but I would really love for us to have a bit of a chat and maybe see what we might come up with. So, fire safety. How do we teach it online? Stuart.
Everybody gotta just, like, wherever they are, just pile of wood, light it on fire, and then we can kind of on the fly, coach them and teach them, what's good. Like, don't touch it. That's safe.
Right. Okay. So, okay. Yes. Okay. So, get some wood. They light it on fire. And then we provide feedback. Okay. Yes. Beth.
I just had a quick question regarding that. In order to keep everyone safe again, because fire is dangerous and it has the potential to light other things on fire. So how do we create spaces where it's important to be inclusive with everyone who may not have access to the recommended 10-foot distance between any freestanding structure?
That's a great point, Beth. Thank you for bringing that up. Inclusion is a very high priority of Camp COVID. And so we want to be really mindful of all campers and all participants. And yes, absolutely making sure that no one is catching on fire. Everyone is included in further activities because they haven't caught on fire, that everyone is safe, and that they're not catching other things on fire. So that's a good point. Beth.
I think with that as well, it's super important to also go over the rules of fire safety. I have hand gestures as well. I had to teach this to my 6-year-old class.
Right.
So what we do is we stop what we're doing.
Stop what you're doing.
I wish I could do it on the floor here, but it's a little tricky because we're on the screen. So we stop what we're doing.
Stop what we're doing.
We drop to the ground.
We drop.
Straight to the ground.
Ground.
And then as soon as we're done, as soon as we're on the ground.
And then as soon as we're done.
As soon as we're on the ground, we roll. And we keep rolling, and we make sure that that fire is out just to make sure that we are no longer on fire.
Until you're not any longer, until you are no longer on fire. That's great.
And then seek medical attention as well.
And then also, yeah, for sure. 911. Stuart.
So I love that. But I'm thinking, I don't know, something like what I always do, which is you wail. You're on fire. You start screaming. You wail. You bail. You gotta get out of there. And then you flail when you're on the ground. You like a fish, like a trout out of water. And then you got the wail, bail, and flail, and that kind of does the fire, the fire extinguishing itself. That one works too. Sometimes better.
You know what? I think that's going to be a lot more fun for our younger campers, for our younger participants. Jesse, yes, you had some feedback to provide.
I just wanted to second Stuart's motion, as I think that would be really funny to see.
I would like to make a motion to adopt Stuart's protocol and policy when our campers have caught on fire. Would anyone like to second that motion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, well, if there are no further questions, I think I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting. Would anyone like to second that motion? All in favor? All right, meeting adjourned. Camp COVID.
It's closer and closer to our campsite until finally.
Is your fire pit 3 meters or 10 feet from your fort?
No.
That's perfect, because then you can just reach out and roast marshmallows right from your fort.
Actually, it's inside my fort.
Even better, you don't even have to go anywhere.